Welcome back, guys, to SoftwillyTalks, episode number 5. We've got some pretty decent subjects again today. Subjects that I've actually touched upon in the past, and there's no reason why I can't talk about them again. So I just want to say right off the bat, like I do all the time, that I am not a professional. These are all based on my experiences, any advice that I give. So please, take what I say with a grain of salt. If you don't feel comfortable doing something that I give advice on, by all means, don't do it, right? I also haven't slept, so this is going to be fun. I haven't slept. I've been so eager to make videos, and so I also drank coffee at like 4 in the morning, which was not right of me. But anyway, let's get started. Our first DM says, "Hey there, Soft Willy, here from your Talks channel. Thought I'd ask a simple but sensitive question. How to cope with a breakup. In the recent events, such a thing has happened to me, and with all the freedom I have now, there are still moments when I get sad or panicky about it. What are your tips on handling this emotional aftermath?" And that's a genuinely good question, and I think you worded that pretty well. You do have a lot of free time. I think that in times like right now, especially during quarantines and COVID, I think it's actually really, really detrimental to one's mental health breaking up or going through some sort of emotional distress in this time. Because you can't do things normally to actually relieve those or distract your mind to let time heal, I had experienced a breakup last year at the very start of quarantine. And so for me, I was dealing throughout the entirety of quarantine, trying to find myself, trying to figure out who I am, what I wanted with myself, what I wanted with other people, coping with loneliness, ending up getting hit with some serious depression. So yeah, I totally understand that. That's totally valid. And it's totally fair to get sad and panicky about it. You're definitely going to have those moments. Time is of the essence, and time is the only way to heal. So I think your best bet is to try and surround yourself with people who really bring out the best in you. Surround yourself with your family if you can. Try and pick up a new hobby if you can. Essentially, this is the outlook that I like to have. It's make that person regret that you guys are no longer together, whether it was like a mutual one, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Maybe it was you who started it, but how I always look at it, it's you want to leave that relationship and then transform into something even better than what you were, not digress and have that person be like, wow, I'm glad that we're done. You want them to be like, wow, either I'm super happy for that person, or you want them to be like, oh damn, shit, they really got their stuff together right after we stopped. So I mean, pick up any hobby. I don't know how old you are. I don't know what you have around you either. But I definitely think that picking up some sort of hobby or keeping your brain occupied is definitely something that you should do. That's all I did during my breakup, was really trying to occupy myself, and I actually faltered. I tried getting into relationships again, or trying to talk with people way too soon, and you should never really do that. Try not to cope. Try not to have anybody be some sort of rebound. You don't want anybody trying to rebound your emotions, and so you want to try and be fair to everybody, including yourself. So do what you can to just keep yourself occupied. It's a very difficult time you're in right now, trust me. So the quarantine doesn't make it any better, but you can definitely do other things to try and get by, I promise. All right, with all that being said, let's move on to the next one. The next one is kind of long here. Because it's so long, I'm not going to actually read out the full thing. You can definitely pause it if you would like. But basically, this person is friends with somebody they've known for a very long time. That friend has bipolar disorder. And so this person had said that, maybe they have depression, and, the person that has bipolar disorder had said some not so nice things. And generally they're nice, but they also have that off side to them, obviously like somebody would have if they have some sort of challenge like that mentally. And so I think reading into this entire paragraph here, bottom line is, the question is, should I still be friends with her, or should I let her go? It will be hard, but I'd like to hear some advice. It is never my position to tell somebody to be friends with somebody else. Listening to this story right here, this little piece of information, obviously it doesn't sound too good. But there's obviously a lot of positives to some friendships as well. How I like to analyze a friendship is, am I gaining anything? You know what I mean? Am I gaining anything from this friendship? Gaining can literally just be you just enjoying your time with that person, right? I can have a healthy friendship with somebody where I am gaining simple, like, I could be gaining intellect, I could be, gaining positive, enjoyment, I could be gaining, self-enforcement somehow. You never know what it is, right? I mean, you could be even gaining money, whatever it is. The point is, you don't want to be losing something. You don't want to be losing your emotional capacity. Like, you want to be able to like enjoy your time in that friendship and not feel drained in that friendship, or feel like you have to be on edge about something, or like if you're actually questioning if you should let somebody go or not. I think that is a point in your relationship with that person for reevaluation. Whether it's lower your standards for that specific person. I'm never one to say lower your standards, but I do it all the time. I have very high standards for people, but there are times where I just end up lowering the standard, or I just accept that person for who they are, or I stop taking things as serious because I know that nothing's really going to change. I stop taking things so to heart from that one individual person. There's a lot of different ways that you can handle certain people like this. You also have to just simply keep in mind that, it's actually someone that has a challenge, right? A mental challenge. And so you can pick and choose whoever you want to be friends with. And, if you say, I don't want to be friends with this person anymore, you shouldn't feel bad about that either. It's just, you're not tied down to anybody. I say this even to like my own sister. If my sister, were to get into an argument with like anybody, I'm like, you're not tied to anybody. It could even be your own mom, dad, whoever it is, even me. Like if she was arguing with me, like we're not tied to each other. Yeah, sure, like we're siblings, but honestly, you're not tied to anybody. If somebody's toxic to your mentality, then you can just drop them, homie. Just drop them. There's absolutely no reason why you should be, sticking it through because you feel obligated to. Take what I just said with a grain of salt, but overall, I think that, you should really just, analyze and reevaluate what you want in that friendship with that person. If you need to distance yourself a little bit, do that. If you want to, try and work on it a little more, do that. But you've told me some negatives. You've said that they can be positive and happy, but I think when they have a little bit of extremes, like nobody asked for your existence and stuff like that, I think that, you're also dealing with somebody who, like I said, has a mental challenge. So, handle it how you want to handle it. You're always able to kind of cut off if you need to. All right, this was actually a really short episode. I only had these two. So for sure, definitely message me guys on Twitter if you want. I'm sure I've actually missed a lot down deeper in my DMs when I had first brought this back to life, this channel. So for sure, if you guys have anything you want me to discuss or talk about, let me know. Honestly, I don't think I have a schedule for this channel. I think I just kind of post when I have at least minimum 2 to talk about, like 2 topics. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the gameplay.